The infamous chapter of forced sterilization in India during the 1970s remains etched in the nation's history as a haunting reminder of a dark and dictatorial era. The roots of this drastic measure can be traced back to Paul Ehrlich's controversial book, The Population Bomb, which predicted dire consequences of overpopulation. Namaste, this is TFIPost, and I, Animesh Pandey, would delve into the connection between Ehrlich's theories, the role of international institutions, and the tragic events that unfolded in India during that period. Imagine the Indian administration acting verbatim on the policy of certified nutcases like Bernie Sanders and Greta Thunberg. That was precisely what the incumbent Congress administration did in the early 70s. Paul Ehrlich's predictions about global overpopulation, though proven wrong in many aspects, had far-reaching consequences. As his theories gained popularity, Ehrlich became an influential figure in environmental science and activism, accumulating awards and accolades alike. His misguided beliefs had a profound impact on India's family planning policies, leading to a gruesome and inhumane campaign. In 1968, Ehrlich's book triggered concerns about overpopulation and imminent starvation worldwide. His recommendations for forced sterilization were taken way too seriously, particularly by the then US President Lyndon Baines Johnson. Allegedly, Johnson conditioned financial assistance to India on the implementation of mass sterilization programs, which found support from the then India's leadership. During the emergency period in India, Sanjay Gandhi, the son of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, had launched a coercive and brutal sterilization campaign with financial backing from international organizations such as the World Bank, Swedish International Development Authority, and the UN Population Fund. The government treated its own citizens as mere statistics to achieve population control targets. The scale of forced sterilizations conducted during the emergency was staggering. Approximately 6.2 million Indian men were sterilized in just 1 year. The targets primarily focused on poor, uneducated men from underprivileged areas. In some instances, entire villages were cordoned off by the police and men were forcefully subjected to surgeries. Tragically, over 2,000 men lost their lives due to botched procedures. But who cares, as long as they got international validation? The involvement of institutions like the Ford and the Rockefeller Foundation raises questions about the complicity in endorsing and facilitating forced sterilizations. While these institutions may have justified their support as a means to address India's population problem, the ethical implications of such actions cannot be ignored. It highlights the double standards exhibited by nations that champion human rights and democracy today. The forced sterilization of millions of Indian men represents one of the most horrifying chapters in the country's modern history. It serves as a painful reminder of the disregard for human dignity, individual rights, and the abuse of power. The scars of this dark period continue to impact affected families and communities to this day. The forced sterilization campaign unleashed during India's emergency period stands as a tragic consequence of misguided ideology and the convergence of international influence. It serves as a stark reminder of the importance of safeguarding human rights, respecting individual autonomy, and being vigilant against policies that prioritize numbers over humanity. As we reflect on this dark chapter, it is imperative that we learn from history and ensure that such violations are never repeated.